Hello everyone. I am going to tell you right off the bat that I decided not to use these two glass vase vases, however you say. The reason I decided not to use them is simply because I was concerned if she did want to use real candles. One, I wouldn't have a lot of room for my florals, and two, I was so afraid it could start them on fire. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do if I'm going to make any changes. But thus far, I decided not to use these glass vases and just, throw it away. I was going to use the Django blocks as a lift to give them more height in the box, and then surround it with the florals. But that just didn't work out. Okay, so meanwhile, while I'm trying to make up my mind whether to use the Django blocks or the vases, I figured I would give you some ideas of what you could be doing in the meantime. First things first, always cut your florals. You don't have to cut up every single pick. However, most likely, the real tall florals, you want to cut them and keep them slightly tall, because the tall florals usually I like to put into the center of my box, and the smaller florals or pine cones more towards the front and some towards the center. So you can be doing that while you're thinking about how you're going to arrange your project. So that's first things first. So I am cutting up my styrofoam. This is a whole lot of it that my sweet dear Carol, my sister-in-law, brought over. So I have plenty of floral styrofoam to set up my box. And as you see, there isn't a whole heck of a lot of room to actually do the florals. So I thought it's a good thing I decided to forget about using the glass vases. And as a drink, you'll see I have it's not liquor. I do not drink. I drank when I was young, but not anymore. That's a glass of delicious ginger ale. And you always want to have something nice and refreshing to drink to keep your stamina up. As you see, I am hot gluing the styrofoam down into the pockets of the box, just in case you're not aware of that. I'm sure you are. I like to glue them down just so they stay put. If they're not glued down and they move when you're putting your floral picks in, it's hard to work with. Another thing I'm going to remind you that September 23rd is when I will call the winner for the pumpkin, the homemade pumpkin, in the material of your choice. So don't forget, the second clue is you could possibly want to dance. So that's the second clue. Anyway, moving along here. After I get all the florals, the foam down into the box, that's the fun part comes. That's when I start arranging the florals. Now, I like to put, kind of have my arrangement in a sequence. Like, you'll notice that I will put one flower on one side, another flower on the other, and kind of work my way so that I have a little bit of direction and serenity with the arrangement of the flowers. I just don't want them to be like all over the place. So everything's in the box, it's ready to go. So here's the fun part. Let's start putting the florals in. Just wanted to break in here and tell you I'd like to say hello to Debbie Baram, my good friend from This and That. She just got home from a long, long trip, getting her daughter settled in Nebraska, I believe. So I'm glad you're home and settled. Please check out her channel, This and That. She's a very sweet lady. She's on top of everyone's channel. She gives everyone love and attention that we all need. So I just wanted to say I'm glad you're home and safe, Debbie. And she already is into this game. You can always count on her. So I just wanted to say hello to her and to my buddy Mike. My buddy Mike from Mike's Cooking Studio. He's my BF. I want to say hello to him, who lives across town. No, not really. He lives in Massachusetts. Hello, Mike. I hope you're doing well. And I really got a big kick out of him saying, when there was a picture on Facebook of my dog driving the car, he said, head on to Massachusetts or something. I thought that was hysterical. Anyway, getting back to the flowers. As you see how I'm kind of trying to keep a sequence here? I've got the reds, pretty red. They look like, to me, I'm trying to think, chrysanthemums. And if you notice, I'm putting some red on the left, red on the right, because it has to look good in the front and the back, because this is going to be a dining room centerpiece for the fall for my cousin Janice. So you kind of want to have a nice sequence to the box. You want it to look good in the front, and you want it to look nice in the back also. So it's a challenge, but I also want to remind you, make sure you always have your leaves, because greenery means a lot. That they have all different kinds of fall greenery that you can use as fillers for your floral boxes. And what I just realized here lately is whenever you purchase a flower pick, take a good look at the price tag or the little paper that tells you the price and the type of flower. And what I just noticed is it actually tells you if it's a fall flower or spring flower or winter flower. I was shocked. So keep an eye out for that also. Now I'm starting to add a pine cone here or there. And I'm trying to put the color pine cones in the area where there is the same color of floral. Just in case you guys forgot, I should have mentioned it in the very beginning. I used 3 different color choices. And then I had one extra. I used the bright oranges. I wanted the deep reds. And the third accent color was the cream color. The cream color are those huge flowers I purchased in Michael's, sunflowers, that I really, that was those are the 4 flowers or 5 flowers, I believe. I'm not sure how many I bought in a pick, but they were very expensive. But that was what I wanted to be the highlight of the box, and that was the accent color. And if you'll notice, I will put a couple in the front and a couple in the back, kind of leaning one way or the other. And that is my focal point of the whole box. And that would be the accent color. Maybe you call it cream. Anyway, so the colors of my pine cones are also cream, the deep oranges, bright reds, and I try to stick with a certain color pattern. Sometimes I think you can go crazy, but it all depends on what you're working with. Hello again, and now I am starting to add my fillers, which would be the beautiful burgundy colored. I know that's another color I forgot about. I just consider that a red. The burgundy color picks I got from Dollar Tree, and I want to remind you that most of these flowers did come from Dollar Tree or from my sister-in-law, but the big sunflowers did come from Michael's. So now I am doing in the fill. I like this part where you do the fill in. Got these gorgeous leaves from Dollar Tree. They are astounding. I'm telling you, for the price, the colors, they're aces in my book. So I'm putting them literally all over the box to say this is definitely fall. Along with the pine cones and the leaves, I wanted to really scream fall. And now I also want to bring it to your attention. I am coming back on when I finish this box, floral box, because I did not have time tonight. It was getting late. I want to do something with the front and the back of the box on the burlap that I adhere to the box. I couldn't quite think of what I want to do yet, but I really want it to be special. So I will be back once I decide what I want to place on the front and the back of the box for my cousin Janice. So just keep that in mind. You'll see the picture in the end, but it isn't quite finished until I do something with the front of the box and the back. Okay. Okay, now you see I grabbed this bunch of Dollar Tree baby chrysanthemums, I believe. They are just terrific for filler. First of all, I love the color. They're very elegant, dainty, and this is a great fall filler flower. So if you see them, they're a few different colors, grab them. So worth it. And I cut them all up into tiny pieces and put them all throughout the box, and they are just beautiful, and I wanted to share that with you. Grab them in Dollar Tree if you see them, because they go fast. So I wasn't sure about this pick I found laying in the bottom of the box I got received from my sister-in-law. It's kind of sparkly little orange pick. So I cut it all apart and I thought, oh, what the heck. I can always take it out if I don't like it. I'm not really into... I love sparkle, but only in certain ways. I don't know how to explain it. But I did add a couple pieces here and there. If Janice doesn't like it, I'm sure she can just throw it out. I don't care. But I just took a shot, being it was orange, to see how it would pull off. So we'll see how it goes. And like I said, if I don't glue things in that I'm not sure about, that's a trick I try to remind myself of. Okay, so now I am adding texture to the box, and I had those beautiful, I don't know what they're called, those things I'm playing around with, the cream color, but I love them. And there's some little wispy leaves. I like different textures in my box of anytime I do florals. I mean, most professionals, and I'm not a professional, like to use some different colors and textures, and so right now I'm adding these real wispy leaves to give it a little bit of more attention. So, all these little tricks I learned from other people and just want to share it with you guys. Okay, so this is it. I think it turned out very pretty, and as you see in the front where the burlap is and in the back, I am going to put something on the front and the back. I can't explain to you what yet because I really don't know, but it needs something. But I know it'll come to me. I think it's really beautiful. And I am adding some, she wanted some white lights. I told her I would get, she gave me a whole bunch of lights, so I'm going to try them out for her. So this is where I want to put some wording right there. See that? That box really turned out nice for being a square box. Now I'm going to show you what I crafted this last 3 days with my wood burner my son purchased for me. Get a good look. I'm even going to try to add a picture of it. I started out with the little heart that I got from Dollar Tree and tried some wood burning. I have a lot to learn, but I'm getting there. And that other piece of wood was from Dollar Tree, and the little wood stems. Ridiculous. I'm very sorry I got cut off. God bless. I'll pray for you. Please.